Nikita Zadorov yesterday gave more context to his comments from the previous day regarding his teammates, Jeremy Swayman, that got totally blown out of proportion. No one is talking about, though, his comment about McAvoy, which I found to be very interesting. McAvoy is back on the ice with his team, and the Bruins are pursuing an NCAA free agent. I'm going to talk about all that in my video today. So buckle up, Bruins fans. I'm here to give you the latest info on your beloved Boston Bruins. If you've been liking my Bruins content, please leave me a like and subscribe. If you've already done so, thank you, and let's get into it. After the Boston Bruins 7-2 loss the other night, reporter Fluto Shinzawa asked Zadorov about goalie Jeremy Swayman's attempt to fight Kings netminder Darcy Kemper after a hit on Marat Husadinov. Zadorov gave this response.
Do you guys appreciate that Jeremy stuck up for Husadinov?
Is that what it is?
Looked like it.
Okay. I don't know. No comment.
I didn't do a story on this originally because I truly thought it was a nothing burger because the Bruins just got the doors blown off them and embarrassed. Zadorov saying no comment at the time, I thought nothing. But the next day, every site and YouTube page made a huge deal about it. I get it. They get clicks. My take at the time was if he was serious about what people assumed he was talking about, regardless of how he felt at the time, he shouldn't have made it public. A true leader doesn't do that, and in fact, when people thought Marchand did it earlier in the year, they held it against him. I also wanted to wait until Zadorov had time to talk to the media again to see what he would say.
Sort of a lift was it seeing McAvoy?
It's fun. I mean, he was buzzing today in practice. Brought some energy for us. You know, he's a huge part for this team. You know, he's our leader and everything. It's great to have him back on the ice with the team as well. You're gonna ask me about Sway's comment? You blew it up.
What do you want to say?
Well, when you ask a question like this after 7-2 loss, the players are frustrated. So obviously, at the time I was frustrated, and wherever I said it wasn't towards this way, it was just like I didn't expect that question from you. And sometimes, like, you gotta understand the situation we are at and everything. You're pissed after the game, so I was just basically saying, try to stay away from. Find positives. There was a lot of negatives in our game, and I want to keep that way. You know, obviously, we appreciate in this room guys stepping in for each other, and that's a culture that was here before I came here, and I'm trying to follow it as the guy who steps in for teammates. We got Lux, we got Pav, we got everybody. You know, so we need to do anybody in this room. Until I'm here, it's gonna step up for each other, and that's the main part for us. So I think it wasn't even thinking like comment towards Sway or anything like this. So it was just a took out of the contest. Obviously, he's a huge part of our team. He signed for the next 8 years, and here I'm here for 5 years, next 5 years. So we're gonna be together for a long time, and gonna be a lot of success with this team and back in the playoff hockey, and hopefully win the cup in here. So I think that's where we're gonna lead.
When something like that happens and you make a comment, like in the heat of the moment, you have to talk to Swayman afterwards and say, hey.
Well, I did. Yeah, I called him yesterday. I'm like, it's all made up. I mean, now social media, obviously, like you guys doing your job. As soon as you put it up Twitter, there's a lot of people who can share their opinions, even they don't matter, but they do share it, and it gets blown up because you get views and all that stuff. So obviously, you want to clarify it right away. And I mean, it's a media training, right? Sometimes you gotta know what to say at the right time, and I guess my comment wasn't too clarified back then, and now I did.
First off, I love the fact Zadorov brought it up, and it makes me respect the crap out of him for it. As I thought, he was frustrated and had no ill feelings towards Swayman. He showed some amazing leadership qualities for getting in front of it. I had a friend of mine tell me he is very liked by his teammates in the room, and I can see why, as he wears his heart on his sleeve and he doesn't seem to be afraid of anything. People will believe what narrative they want to believe, and that is fine. But I tend to believe the players because I've heard there is no truth to any rumor. There is turmoil in the room besides the fact that players hate losing. My hope is the guys in the room use this as motivation to play better next year because many guys in that room have never felt what it's like to be on a losing team. The Bruins have traded away pretty much the whole leadership group this year besides Pastrnak and McAvoy, and they need to find a new core. Speaking of leadership, Charlie McAvoy is back on the ice with the team in a non-contact jersey, and I think you can't keep a guy like that away from the game, and he needs to be back with his teammates. He spoke to reporters about how serious infection was during the Four Nations.
Joe described this as a lift for the team. How much of a lift is this for you to join the team?
Yeah, I think it's a lift on both fronts. Like I said, I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be with the guys, to see guys, to be seen. Yeah. I wish a lot of things would have been different coming down the stretch here. I really do. It hasn't been the easiest, but this sort of feels like a bit of an opening of put a close to that, and I get back out here and I'm with the guys now, and that's nice. So sort of put the past in the past, and we'll pick up right here.
So how bad was the infection when that came up?
Yeah, it wasn't good. It was bad. It was when I got home that things sort of hit the fan on Monday, and that landed me in the hospital, and things moved pretty fast after that, and the infection was moving pretty fast after that, and it got very serious very quick, and another thing that I'm just trying to leave in the past, really. Like, it was scary. It was scary on me. It was scary on my family mostly. And I could not be more grateful for all the people at MGH and all the people that took such amazing care of me in a time where I really needed it. So those people they're the heroes of this story, and they mean the world to me, and I'm truly I'm grateful for them and how I was taken care of there.
It sounds very scary what happened to him, and I truly love the clip where we saw from the Four Nations how emotional he was regarding announcing the starting lineup and not being able to play for his country. It shows his passion for the game and his leadership that he's able to be vulnerable in front of his teammates. No word on when or if McAvoy will be back this season, but it's nice to see him on the ice with his teammates, and hopefully he can inspire them to play better. What I found the most interesting from yesterday's, though, was Zadorov's comments that for some reason so many glazed over and maybe didn't catch.
It's fun. I mean, he was buzzing today in practice, brought some energy for us. He's a huge part for this team. He's our leader and everything. It's great to have him back on the ice with the team as well.
Zadorov said, "It's great to have McAvoy back. He's our leader." I know I did a video earlier in the month talking about who will be the next Bruins captain. And even myself, I thought it would probably be Pasternak. But what the room wants should be more than what my opinion is or what the fans want. I think Zadorov saying McAvoy is the team leader tells me how much he means to the hockey club, how much respect McAvoy has in the room, and most likely will be the Bruins' next captain. I would love to hear your thoughts as well. And did you even notice Zadorov saying it? The last thing I want to touch on is the rumor that the Boston Bruins are looking to sign free agent winner Dalton Bancroft once his team is bounced from the NCAA tournament. RG is reporting that an NHL source confirmed to them that the Boston Bruins are one of a handful of teams making a push to sign the Cornell University forward. A scout said, "He's got the rare power forward package that so many teams covet these days. He's big, he's not afraid to drive to the net or dig deep in the corners, and he can skate. When he's playing the north-south game to perfection, he's really hard to stop." Bancroft is 24 years old. At 6'3", 270 pounds, he put up 15 goals and 11 assists in 34 games this season at Cornell and NCAA. The Bruins have always dipped their toe in the free agent pool and are always linked to one free agent or another in the NCAA market. Bancroft attended the 2024 Boston Bruins development camp and supposedly left a good impression, but we'll see what happens after Cornell is knocked out. As I mentioned, Boston gets linked to a lot of these kids at this time of the year, and even if he does sign, it doesn't mean he makes an instant impact on the Bruins. If you know a lot about this kid, let me know in the comments. That's a wrap on today's video. To stay up to date on all the news surrounding the Boston Bruins, please subscribe and drop me a like. If news breaks surrounding the Boston Bruins, be sure to check out the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, thank you, and I'll see you next time.